It's happening again. Nah, I couldn't dash. Couldn't dash. Shit, oh my god. I was looking at the left one. Freaking god, that was close. Oh my god, I meant to jump. Man. Play safe. Ever heard of it? Nope. Never heard of it. Oh. Ah. Let me out! No! I should not have done that. I should have just dodged. Like a normal person. That spacing was not right. But that was definitely better. How's that not done installing? Okay. Fuck. Oh shit, I meant to dash to the right. Dude, you asked for my password already. Thank you. It's fine. I dashed. I freaking dashed. Okay, whatever. I'll let it keep running. I'm already dashing at like the last possible moment. That's bad. I should dash earlier. Oh, I forgot to do this. I dashed in the wrong direction. Huh? Oh. 等一下。Oh, they're together. Huh? Huh? think I got to the last one there, or maybe just the second to last one. The parry canceled my dash. I literally dashed and it parried because it attacks him. That's crazy. And so I just stood there. Fuck. I got greedy. By the time the sword reaches his back, I have to dash. You cannot dash any later than that. Oh my god, that was a little close. Real close. Oh my.
Yep.
Hello.
Can you explain how qubits work?
What are you using qubits?
No, but
Okay.
I'm theoretically grasp what's going on.
So,
Or
uh,
rather,
you know how
do you,
normal bits work, right? There's
yeah,
zeros and ones.
yep.
Oh fuck, why'd I start this boss fight while explaining this? Um,
Rather, to refine my question, I don't understand how information can exist if both states of information are recorded at the same time. Because the information is that it's either a 1 or a 0. So if there's a superposition, how are you getting information from that, I guess?
right. So, um, you don't have information until you measure, and when you measure, it's necessarily a 0 or a 1,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. So, in order to get real information out of it, you have to measure it. Okay, we got there. And
Yep.
then, right, so qubits can be in a superposition, like you said, and so the way you visualize it usually is like a qubit, like a 0 is like pointing up, and then a 1 is pointing down, like in
Mm-hmm.
a vector,
Yeah.
and like a superposition is like any point on like the unit sphere,
Okay.
on the surface of the unit sphere. Um, so it's two-dimensional, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Um, so the goal of algorithms, quantum algorithms usually, is to manipulate the states, because you can manipulate the entire state, which includes superpositions,
Okay.
such that when you measure it, under certain cases and stuff, it has like 100% probability of measuring a 1 or a 0 or something like that. Um,
Okay.
and you do that through rotations, linear algebra, and stuff.
Okay. So okay. So in short, the because I thought it was just I thought I was missing something, and I'm missing the fact that it's far more complicated than initially. It's just the superposition of states. Like
Right.
there's okay, yeah, that makes sense now.
So it has like, its state is the superposition, and
Yeah.
it's in the super. You can know it's in this superposition because that's how the properties of certain gates work and stuff.
Yeah.
But uh, you can't really get anything out of that. I think
Okay.
maybe you can.
Wait, do you have an intuitive grasp of it at this point, or is it more of a you generally understand a lot of the mechanics, but you wouldn't necessarily have an intuitive grasp as normal ones
I'd
and
say
zeros?
I have an okay intuitive grasp. Definitely better than like the normal person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Mechanically, like, I can get it if I try really hard, but I'm not very good at it either.
Okay. So you wouldn't be able to make a small quantum computer if you had to immediately without some more thinking about it.
Like physical
Yeah.
quantum computer? Uh, no, I don't know the physics for that. I,
Okay.
I know the software algorithm side of things.
Cool. Yeah, because I've been hearing people throw around quantum internet a lot. Apparently, a publication there was a journal that published something about the quantum internet, quote unquote. And I was trying to understand qubits before I tried to even look at that.
The quantum internet will blow your mind.
Yeah, high fidelity, long
Oh,
distance teleportation.
right, the faster than speed of light communication thing.
Yeah. Though
Right.
actually, I think it's not just that. I think there's another element to it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's
quantum
entanglement.
entanglement.
Entanglement's the
Yeah,
big part of this.
yeah.
Um, because there's that specific algorithm which you can use to so the way I learned it, what happens is I think the best way of explaining it is like, you can have that pair of entangled particles or whatever, and share them and then like move them to like
Yeah.
far away, right?
Yep.
And then they can influence each other and stuff according to some interpretations. But in order to uh, figure out what the other person is trying to communicate, you can't just look at the qubit itself because it'll be in some arbitrary superposition and it'll have like a probability of being a 1 or a 0, but like that's not reliable.
Yeah. Also, there's something about violating causality
Something
that
like that, yeah.
that needs to be prevented, and that's why it's not as simple as looking at the qubit.
Right. So the algorithm I learned is you can send like a couple of normal bits, which is not faster than the speed of light, and then
Yeah.
using that, you can determine exactly what the other end qubit must have been.
Uh,
And so, but like the qubit helps you store more information, so it's kind of like a compression algorithm.
yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Uh, it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah. So it's like
Also,
you send 2 bits, and then you already have a shared qubit, but then you can get like 4 bits of information out of it or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's just fascinating how, I don't know, like 100 qubits is an insane amount of computational power, theoretically.
Right. I don't. When I think about it, I don't really like equating quantum computational power with classical computational power because the algorithms work so differently from what
Yeah.
I can tell.
Are they quote unquote more inefficient in the sense that technically it's like 2
So,
to the n, right? Where that would be the theoretical computational power, but the algorithms would take up a longer. It would take them longer to do those computations, or they'd be more complicated in trying to achieve them.
so like I'm not sure because I don't know how they measure efficiency
Right.
because it's like when you have this algorithm, you have like this goal you're achieving,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
then classical does it one way, and you can measure like number of comparisons or something using the classical way. And then in quantum, there's just a different way, which you can measure in like number of gates or something.
Yeah.
Um, and that different way just like completely bypasses whatever you do in classical. And like you can sort of think of it as like going through all the superpositions and like finding the right answer. But also you can think of it as like, oh look, I have this vector and I rotated it right.
Right.
And then if the answer is this, then the vector has to come out to a 0 or something using this
Yeah.
algorithm.
Wait. So, is programming in general going to become more complicated, or is this the sort of thing in the back end that is going to result in roughly the same kind of languages dealing with, algorithms?
Uh, I think the program itself, I'm not sure how easy it'll be to just implement stuff. Because you know how,
Right.
like, with classical, you can just, like, learn Python and then implement something for fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
With quantum, you can also do that, but the stuff you implement is just different. Like the hello world that you implement in quantum is not like printing text. It's like uh, I don't know, swapping some qubits. Uh,
But I guess my other question is, could there be a language which is so high level that it looks like Python and you can treat it as Python, but it would be the 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 engine would be a qubit engine.
that kind of exists.
Okay.
Let me look it up. Uh, like Qiskit. Um, developed by IBM. It's created and manipulated using Python, Swift, or Java. So it's like it runs on. It uses like a Python syntax, but it sort of has like this API in order to interact with qubits and call
Right.
like the specific sort of manipulations you want to do with the qubits. And right now, like just conceptually, what you do with qubits is like you pass them through gates, like you do with like classical circuits.
Right.
And so right now we're not at the level of, calling a print function or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea how high level we can get with it in the future. But as of now, if we're programming using this like circuit way, it's basically designing a circuit. All
Right.
programming for quantum will be designing circuits.
Okay. But okay, that's interesting. And I guess wait, for this language, would you actually need access to a quantum computer to even
They have
try to deal with?
simulators,
Okay.
but you can just get access. It's like free,
Gotcha. That's pretty gnarly.
I think. Yeah, it's free. You might have to
I
queue
imagine
for a
they're
little
pretty
while.
small though, right?
The open ones tend to be pretty small, but you get at least a few qubits. You can, practice or explore or something.
Anyway, what's your experience with all this?
I took a grad class about
Right.
quantum computing, where we learned basic mechanics on like a theoretical level, not like a physical level. So
Yeah.
like something Josephson junctions, but like I don't know the specifics there.
Yeah.
And then we learned the math and some algorithms, basically. And then we had a final project where we looked at some research, and we also wrote like 2 programs that we actually ran on the quantum computer.
Nice. Wait, are you doing work right now in general at NIST, or are you chilling?
I'm installing stuff on my
Gotcha.
laptop at NIST, and while I'm playing Hollow Knight
Good. Um.
and streaming.
Yeah. Of course. 2 things, I guess.
Yeah,
A, let me know today if you want to play Dota at some time.
sure.
And B, we should do that
Down now.
game thing. Wait,
Right.
literally right now?
Yeah, sure.
I should probably do some work. Is in an hour all right? Or like a couple? Because nobody else is
Sure.
around.
I
Or
messaged my
it,
friend to at some point play Stardew.
okay,
Not sure when that's happening yet,
okay,
but I'll update you.
all right. I mean, I imagine there's time enough for both of them today, or what do you think?
Yeah, but we shouldn't
Just
schedule
gotta,
them at the same time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever I finish with my work, I'll hit you up. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, also let me know if anyone appears or if it turns out that you can only play Dota during X, Y, or Z time.
Okay, cool.
All right. See you, dude. Good
Alright.
luck with your install.
Thanks. Alright. I'm gonna stop playing. Too distracting.